Deuce. Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's the Black Manga Critic here. All right, we're live for Haikyu, chapter 398. I'm not going to do any more reactions today. This is the only one I'm doing today, but I am going to try to get back to kind of like reacting to certain manga this week. I want to get back to Yona, so I'm gonna try to get back to Yona this week. Alita as well, but I'll see. I'm not gonna make any promises. But Yona, I'm definitely gonna try to get back to. Certain series I want to get back to. So I'm gonna try. I'll let y'all know, during a week when that's gonna happen. But today is gonna be Haikyu. I'll get to like other series that I need to catch up on throughout the week. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Anyways, let's get to Haikyu chapter 398. 397 left us off on a cliffhanger. Oh man, that was tough. So let's get into it. All right, Haikyu time. And this should be a really awesome chapter. It should be a Hinata centric chapter, like that's my assumption because it left off with Hinata. So that's that's my assumption. So I already know this is gonna be a really, really good chapter. Someone on Twitter was saying like, when the title's at the end, I think it was like Cat, like the Cat Haikyu Twitter page. They were saying like, when the title's in the end of the chapter, it's gonna be good, and that's usually the case. Like with Haikyu, like when it's at the end, it's like, damn, it's really, really good. So let's get into it. All right, Haikyu by Haruichi Furutate. All right, let's see what's going on. Whew. Boom. Oh, Oh, wow, he received it. That's what I'm talking about. Boom. Wow. Another powerful shot from the cannon. Hinata gets under it in time, but the ball flies back to the Adler's court. Wow. And then he fell. It's like, geez, I'm shocked he could dig that at all. Free! Ball! Up fast. Synchro attack. They coming through. Oh, snap. Yo, all of them are like, give it to me! Again. Yo, Romero, man. Give it to him. Shoot Abu on break. Yo. I want to crush you. Yeah. He remembers the loss. Of course he remembers the loss. He was like, I'm gonna beat you this time. Let's go. Haikyu time, y'all. Haikyu time. Okay. Number 11 again. Man. Doom. Block positioning. Spin, shot, speed. Don't tense up. Don't relax. Just get it up. Oh, that's so cool. He's got like this like vision of like the beach. That's amazing. Boom. Wow. Yo. Wow, Hinata, man. You see this? Yo, these panels are clean. The art in this chapter. Wow. Amazing. Haikyu greatness, Morning Haze. Haikyu greatness. Haikyu greatness. Feasting on this content. Oh my goodness. Man, he received that like beautifully. Wow. Sakusa's looking back like, Yeah. Whoa, that went straight at him. Lucky for us. No, bro. Hinata didn't just happen to get that one dead on. And he didn't just happen to make a perfect pass off it. We got a flashback. Listen, Shoyo. The best defenders aren't necessarily the flashiest players on the court. It's obvious that he's thinking through his digs more, paying attention to what happens after contact. But that isn't all that's massively improved. His skill at positioning, his stances, his ball control, and his balance. Yo. The way Hinata works his bumps and digs now. He never leaves his feet. When he digs, he never takes a knee. Woo! Yo, let's go. Solid, yo. Hinata-kun. Right now, at this very moment. Look at these panels, the flashbacks. Oh my goodness. Wow, we just going right, we just be going all the way through. Wow. The journey, yo. The losses. The meta, yo, the struggle. Yo. This page, though, is, it's incredible. This is an incredible page. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I'm, like, speechless, yo. Yo, the Mastery series. I would assume that's the same series as that's from Ushijima's dad. There's so much in like these I can't, like, it's so much. It's so much. Like everything that we've gone through, that thread. That's what I'm talking about, right? It's like when you write a manga, and I'll just focus on like shonen and shoujo too. I think shoujo, there's certain shoujo manga that do this a lot as well, but when you do it right, every panel hits, and it has a different emotion, and and when you say like your emotions sort of like stir up, you know what I mean? It's like everything sort of mixing together, and it's just all these different feelings: the sadness, the elation, the you know, pensive, you know, states, like all, yo. I'm just staring at this panel, yo. I can't even. Wow, the art is like amazing. Amazing. All right, I gotta move on, cause man, oh man, oh man. All right, let's move on. Wow, this is still volleyball. Chapter 398 is entitled "He Who Would Climb a Ladder Must Begin at the Bottom." Yo, Yo, Haikyu. And this chapter was, it wasn't even that short. It wasn't like necessarily like super short or anything like that, but it feels short, right? Like there's so much happening that receive, yo. And what's amazing is like, again, it's a really, really wonderful, like it just stop, you know, like a cliffhanger again. Yo, these all that work to get here, to receive that perfectly, to receive Ushijima's spike perfectly. He's still moving. Wow, this chapter was phenomenal. Wow. And it all starts. I mean, it all starts at the very beginning, right? Like it's not just the ball boy arc and Hinata figuring out what he has to do to sort of get better, but it's like really, really, really like from the beginning, you know? Just that through line, again, that thread, you can like see it all connect. And again, there are like stories where that's done and it's like, okay, these things connect and it's fine and the plot like makes sense, right? Like quote unquote, like makes sense. But I think there's like making sense and then there's damn. You know what I mean? Like there's like, yes, these chapters connect in a certain way and it makes sense and we understand and we can follow it. And then there's damn. Like everything sort of hits in a very particular way. So that by the time, right? So that by the time we reach a moment like this, all of those panels have such impact, right, on us as readers. And that title is not just like a title, you know what I mean? Like it's this earned thing. He who would climb a ladder must begin at the bottom. Like this dude Hinata started from the bottom, the very bottom. That dude had zero skills, right? Like in terms of like technical skills, he was terrible. But he worked at it and worked at it and worked at it and worked at it and used what he had. And again, this is like, it's not the first time that we've seen characters work from the bottom using what they've had to reach a certain place. But it's just so good with Hinata, man. Like with Hinata, like, yo, damn. That title is earned. You know what I mean? Like to put it at the end of the chapter, it is earned. Furudate earned that. He earned that. Yo, Marion, Morning Haze, yo. Furudate earned that title. I can't, like, he who would climb a ladder must begin at the bottom. The bottom. All right? We look at these panels, we go all the way back to that first chapter. We go all the way back to that first chapter. The loss to Kageyama and his team, his middle school team. The loss to Oikawa and Abujosai. What they learned from that to make sure you take care of yourself even through that sadness. Then working so hard and getting better and realizing what one important thing, right, from that Ball Boy arc, to watch and to be aware of others, but then to fall in the Kamomedai match because he had not been paying attention to his own conditioning, right? He was aware that he had to improve in a sense, and that sort of, put his focus on other people, on other players, on other teams, but he lost sight of taking care of himself in a certain way, and then working through that loss again, and then still having to eat and to take care of himself and to learn certain things, and then to move on to Brazil, to Rio, right? And to learn how to learn all the way, like to learn from the bottom, like how to play beach volleyball, and to work through that sadness and that isolation, and then to move from that to like meditating and, you know, working and like getting a like legit regimen. And to be like thankful for all of that. Like this page, this like spread, like all this is so, it's so earned. I can't even. And I would say and a comparison would be, if any of y'all have read Reborn. This is like, right, like I mean, like if you read Reborn, you read Scans, like, right, like, well, at least if you don't know how to read Japanese. If you don't know how to read Japanese and you read Reborn to its completion, you read Scans. Like, you know what I mean? Like, really? You know? But what I want to say is, when it comes to that, there's a moment in Reborn where you see all of these panels when Suna is fighting the sort of like last boss, right? And they've got and he's got like a different flame, like the sort of like darkness flame, if you want to call it that or whatever. And there's a moment where Suna is like trying to put in as much as he can, right? Like he's resolved to try to save the Arco Bolano. He's resolved to save his mentor. He's resolved to save Reborn. And you take him seriously in that moment because Reborn takes him seriously, and he's like, all right, I'm going to leave my life in your hands. And it's a big moment, right? Even though Reborn's a mess. But if you read it, that's a big moment. And during the battle against the last boss, I can't remember the name, but it was like a Baron, right? And against that last individual, Suna sort of like is struggling, and he's got all of his equipment on and everything like that, but he's getting destroyed. And you see this like this right in a similar page, right, where you see all of these there's the flashbacks of all these different moments when Suna is like, you know, using the dying will flame and a hyper dying will flame and all of that, and he trusts in himself, and he just like discards all of his equipment, right? Shimon, no, not the Shimon guy, the one who could like sort of like warp, right? And he had like the darkness flame, and he was like pretty much like reanimating like individuals, like using his flame, and Suna like discards all of his equipment, and he trusts in his own flame, and he trusts in himself, and that allows him to defeat the like villain. And it's like okay, like, right, like it's like obviously you can critique it and everything like that, but those flashback panels, I wouldn't say they're on the same level as Haikyu, right? They're not. There's a particular difference to me. But I think if you liked Reborn and you read through Reborn, that moment had a similar kind of feeling where you were like, damn, like it was different because it was like Suna had gone through all these different moments, and he had grown, and it was clear that he had grown so much. But to sort of almost discard that growth, in a sense, you know, and to be like, yes, here are all these moments where I've grown because of like all the people that have helped me and all these different things and all these different battles. But here in this moment, I'm going to depend on myself, and I'm going to believe in myself. And it's like, damn, for me that hit. I get it. Look, again, I think all criticisms of Reborn are valid, usually sound, but that moment hit for me, and I was like, yo, this, like, it was so great because it's like, yes, he's like, to resolve to save the people that mean the most to you, you gotta believe in yourself. It's a very like cliche thing, but it never like fails to hit for me. And I think that moment was very similar. And here it's just like, it's different, but it hits in a certain way. To me, here it hits much more. And I think Furudachi sort of earned that more so. And I think for Reborn, it was a very brave sort of thing to do for Akira Amano, for her to sort of allow the Suna to do that and to have that faith, even though a lot of the manga was sort of like the foundation of it is like friendship and trusting your friends and trusting your comrades and doing all of that. Moments like that, they really depend on everything that sort of happened. So when Suna just like discarded, right, everything that he had built up until that he had like gained up until now, it was like he had discarded it, but he also realized like I will still have my friends, like I will still have these people in my life, even if I discard this like equipment. But I also have to be like, in this battle, everyone here cannot help me. It's not enough. It's not enough for everyone here to like give me this equipment and all these different abilities and stuff like that. I gotta trust in myself to defend everyone else. It was just a really powerful moment for me. But I understand if it hit different from other people. But I think in Haikyu, the reason why I'm saying this is because in Haikyu, I think it does not matter who you are. This hits. It does not matter who you are. If you're reading Haikyu, if you've gotten to this point, it hits. There is no critique. There is no, like, it hits. Period. You know? Man, this one was incredible. You know? Right? And it's like Sakusa, right, Marion? Like Sakusa was just like, ugh, like Sakusa was just like, yeah, says like, here's this person who didn't take care of himself and then lost. You know what I mean? And Hinata was like, yeah, you're right. I didn't take care of myself. I didn't take care of myself, but I learned and I worked on it. And when he says that, like, you've gotten to see that, and that's why when Sakusa sees Hinata receive, right, multiple times, like, yo, this dude wasn't lying, right? It's like he wasn't lying. He really did. Shadi was good, right? Like, he really did. And that's why he's like, because he has to acknowledge it, right? It's not just that Hinata's saying these things. It's like, look at his actions on the court. You cannot deny this man. Respect Shoyo Hinata. Respect him. Because he's worked at it. And now he's here. His balance. When he earned that balance because of all of his time playing beach volleyball. He earned that. He already had a certain ability to kind of like, in terms of body control, but he just skyrocketed. And that was something that he decided to do on his own. He's like, all right, I'm going to do beach volleyball. Really thought it through. The growth, the meditation, like the beginning of the manga, you would have never, ever thought that Hinata would be the meditating type. Right? Who would have guessed? You'd be like, you know what Hinata's going to add to his regimen? Meditation. I don't think anybody would have guessed that. And it's just so great. This chapter is incredible. I mean, 397 was incredible. 396 was incredible. 396 was like, good Lord. But Urudate is just going in at the moment. Truly. My goodness. I mean, y'all. It's so good. Whew. This chapter is phenomenal. Phenomenal. And again, there's like a reason why I came to Reborn is because I think with Reborn, you get a similar sort of thing with Suna, and all the sort of like past sort of flashback panels, and the same sort of like spread. But there's a lot of criticism about what's sort of going on there, and the criticism I think is valid. For me, it hit, but I think for a lot of others, it did not. And they were like, "What is this?" Right? And they were sort of expecting like a different kind of power up. But I liked it. I thought that was really neat what Amano did, right? And here there was no doubt. There was zero doubt that this is phenomenal, right? And it's because it is so earned. It is so earned on Furudate's part, on Hinata's part, that, you know, even on the reader's part, right, to sort of go through all of that, that it's like there is no doubt that all of these panels have value and sort of showcase this very well done thread throughout the story. So that by the time we get to this receive, it's like, damn, man. Right? We had already gotten the receive, right? During the I was gonna say Shida Tomizawa, but Inazaki match. But this one is also like, damn. Just whoo. Hitting. All right, it's incredible. And what I also love is, like, again, like, yes, this is a long series, but it doesn't feel that long. You know, it doesn't feel that long. I think, like, oh, it's so good, so many incredible matches. This match is really, really, really good. I'm not gonna say this is my favorite match. It's definitely like a top. If I need a top 5 because I had a top 3, but I need to, like, and I say top 5, but that just means like my favorite ones, right? Like, just to kind of say, like, at the moment. But those change, right? Like, I'm always like, you know, thinking about, oh, well, now this character is my fave, and this area is my fave, and here's my top, you know, 30, and here's my top, like, you know, Haikyu characters that include everybody at this point, you know? But wow. Yeah, he doesn't really get, I mean, yeah, like, I don't think, like, right, it's like he'll get subbed out, because, like, you know, you kind of need, like, right, like, you'll need to rest and things like that, but it's like, yo, this match has been going on for a long time. He's stayed on the court pretty much, you know, like, he's been on the court, like, he's just on the court, hasn't sat down yet. So yeah, it's like, yeah, definitely Morning Haze, right? Like, yo. Right? And right, Mary, like, Hinata made his talents into his weapons to be able to have the state of mind to take a step back and be aware of what is happening and position yourself. Yo. Right? The greatest decoy. Yo. Right? With the greatest decoy to, like, to be able to meet, right, to be able to meet the little giant and to almost, like, immediately be like, you're awesome, but I'm my own player and I'm my own person, and I've figured out that I don't have to aspire to be someone else. Yeah, the character work has been phenomenal this match. It really has. Like, and what I love is, like, this match is like if you need to just, like, show anybody just how deft Furudate has been with his character work throughout the manga, this match is like the culmination of it all, you know? Is like, Furudate has been doing this. Whew. Amazing. This is such a good chapter, y'all. I really needed this today. I really did. You know? You know, I was reading earlier, and it's like always great to read, but sometimes the content is like, damn, like it's heavy, but it's good, and you sort of need it. But wow, wow, I'm just like this panel. I'm still staring at it. I'm still staring at it. Uh, Atsumu Miya. Facts. I mean, I appreciated Atsumu. I think during the Inarizaki match, but I think like I agree. Like this match made me appreciate Atsumu more so. Definitely, like to me, is like as well. Like their like his relationship with his brother, with Osamu, and like and sort of recognizing that like he can grow, like he can like continue to grow, and that the past does not necessarily like dictate who you will be in a present moment and what you will do in the ways that you don't want the past to dictate those things, like and being like and being able to sort of see that like again, like volleyball is not the end all be all, because his brother is happy and he's supporting him in his way, yeah, it makes so much more sense. I think the thing to me is like this is a phenomenal match because you get to see just how hard all of these amazing players have worked. The ones that we've followed throughout the story, right? We're not necessarily gonna get a Romero chapter. Oh, that would be phenomenal. And you know what I mean by like is like we're not gonna get a flashback or anything like that. Although if we did, I would not be mad at that. But of course, Furudate chose to sort of focus on these characters that we've always known about throughout the story. Just phenomenal, But they all work so hard. Kageyama works so hard. Sakusa works so hard. Ushijima works so hard. Hinata works so hard. Koshiumi works very hard. They all work very hard. So, phenomenal. Yeah, right, Mary? It's like, just great. But I think especially like Kageyama, right? Is that I think with like like you were saying is like characters like that, right? Like you just kind of, you assume that like the talent sort of like is sort of supersedes their work, but Furudate sort of like clearly sort of shows us that it's not that. It's like there's a balance there that you really have to find. And in some ways, if you are talented, you got to work extremely hard to get better. Yeah, right? In a sense, if that makes sense, right? It's like you have all these skills, but now it's like, okay, what do I like? How do I make this talent that I have even better? That's like some of that stuff is hard. It's hard work. How do I make my technical talents even more even sharper? It's hard. It's hard. And so the only way to do that is to work extremely hard. I kind of the comparison is like when you reach like a certain like a very high level, right? Like when you're playing a video game, it takes more experience to get stronger. It's a similar thing, like right, the more sort of talent you have and the more you have, it takes a lot. It takes a lot to get better, right? It's like imagine just how like hard LeBron James must work to get better year by year. You know? Yeah, how do you make it bloom, right? It's like the right? Like talent is something you make bloom. Instinct is something you polish. I think that's how it goes. Or maybe it's like instinct is something you polish and talent is something you make bloom. I can't remember. But that, right? Um Man, oh man, this chapter is phenomenal. I'm just like I keep going on about how phenomenal it is, but I can't stop thinking about it. Like really, really, really good. Just damn, y'all. Again, it's earned. That's the word for me. Earned. It's really earned. Yeah. Ah, oh, it's so good. It's so good, y'all. It's so good. Ah. Okay. I gotta stop because I gotta eat something. Um, Thank y'all for coming through. Like this chapter, y'all. I'm gonna be talking about this. I'm gonna be talking about this on Twitter. On the Twitter. I'm gonna be talking about this. All right. Just gushing with everybody else. Cause I know folks are gushing right now. I know it. I know it. Man, I just can't stop thinking about it. Yo, it's so good. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Okay, I'm gonna go. Thank y'all for coming through to my live reaction for Haikyu, chapter 398. This chapter was phenomenal. It was so good. I can't stop saying it because like that. This is facts. This is facts. This is facts. All right. Shouts out to Marion, Morning Haze, Shotty. All right. For coming through. Yeah. The next Haikyu pod should be phenomenal. I can't wait to listen to that. That's gonna be awesome. Awesome. Shout out to everybody for coming through. And at some point I gotta make like a Haikyu video. I think I'm gonna wait for Haikyu to end before I make like a Haikyu series video, and I'm just gonna work on it. I'm just gonna work on it. It's gonna be like so many panels. Oh my god, like it's gonna be the longest video, or it'll be like a 2-part video or something. But it's gonna be so long. Both of those videos are gonna be really long, but I'll get it. I'll get it done. And next week another Haikyu video. Okay, thank y'all for coming through. I'm the Black Manga Critic. And before I end, always, check out the View from the Top. It's a Haikyu podcast. All right, hosted by my friends Marion, Gabby, Lisa, Kendra, and Ash. It is awesome. It's always wonderful to be on there and to talk with them about like Haikyu. It's always so fun. It's always so fun. The hype and the joy, it's just it's so good. Definitely check it out at Haikyu Pod, and you can find the link down below, all right, in the description box, and you can find them on Twitter, right? You can find both links, the Twitter. You can find the Twitter down below, and you can find the link to the podcast on their Twitter site. All right. Always. I always want to shout y'all out because like it's so fun. It's so fun to be on. It's so fun to talk with y'all about Haikyu, and they are phenomenal. Phenomenal. Like always check it out. I gotta get out of here. But thank y'all for coming through. All right. I'm the Black Manga Critic, and I'm out, y'all.